Well, good morning. Good morning. September the 11th of September. A lot of reflection. The last couple of days, I was thinking about the 20th anniversary of that day. It ain't like it was then. Today we have a lot of clouds. I remember that day, and I'm sure you've heard this a million times across the country. People have said how beautiful that day was, how how the weather was so beautiful, and that morning was so not a not even a cloud in the sky. And I have my beliefs that the reason that was is because God knew what was about to take place. Now we can all jump to the one side of saying the conspiracy things, but it still doesn't change the fact of American lives that were lost that day. 343 firefighters went into a building knowing that most likely they weren't coming back. While everyone was running down the tower, running down the stairs because the elevators had been blown out by jet fuel, they were running up. There's many stories of even the civilians who paid the ultimate price as well, who saved lives that day. Can't believe it's been 20 years already. How our country has changed so much. And I would like to say it was in changes that are good, but the fact is our country just keeps getting worse and worse. You know, but my prayers will go out to all those first responders, military, their families who sacrifice their loved ones. So I hope today you take time set aside in prayer for those who ultimately paid the price. That's my wish for you today. Reflect. I don't know, some of you who might watch this weren't even born yet. Some of you were just young children. And some of us were young enough that we knew that our lives would never be the same. So today, just take time to remember. Because our nation has forgotten that day. It really has. I remember days and weeks, even a couple months after, every single home you passed by had the American flag flying proud. People took down the raggedy old flag and put up a brand new one after the day after. There was a sense of patriotic. Now, yes, there were people out there who said that we don't need to escalate this thing. But the truth is, we had to. They came to our country and struck us at the heart. And it'd be felt for months and years. I mean, we just invaded Afghanistan 20 years. We first invaded Iraq and then we moved to Afghanistan. But it is what it is. But like I said today, I just want you to take time to pray. Because if you remember back that day, it wasn't just a sense of patriotic, it was a sense of time do we need to get back with God. People started going to church again and then slowly faded away. I remember the church house being filled because people had no answers for what just took place that day. So today, just take time, take a breath, take a chance, and just say, you know what? we've got to get back to remembering that day. So to all my first responders, to all the military and their families, my wishes go out to you that you find peace today. I know today's a hard day for some of you who lost a loved one that day. But just remember, God was with our loved ones that day. And I truly believe that, because if you look back to that day, it was such a beautiful morning. At this time, we're 15 minutes to 9 o'clock. First tower's already been hit. Second one will be here soon. People got up that day and went to work. People went and did their job. Like I said, firemen, EMS, police, they ran towards the terror while the others ran away. But see, that's what a first responder is all about. They don't think about their families. They don't think about the things that could happen. They just do it because that's what they're called to do by God. So today, my prayers go out to all of those who lost someone that beautiful day. And just take time today to remember September 11th. All right. I will be heading out here in a little bit. Wife's going to be doing some canning today, and she's making, I don't know, stuff with pears, and I don't know what all she's got to do today. We were supposed to do, well, first we were going to go fishing today, but I started realizing my wife's got a big project ahead, and even though she wanted to, and she didn't want to feel like she needed to let me down, she never leaves me down. I'm up to game for anything, you know. If plans change, I'm at the point in my life, hey, I go with the flow anymore, you know. I don't make a plan of action. I really don't. Even when we go to vacation, there's not like, okay, on this day we're going to do this or we're going to do that. No, we go with the flow, you know. And there's many days of fishing ahead. There's many days of, you know, spending time. My blessing in life is just spending time together. You know, if that means she's canning in the kitchen and I'm in the living room, or, you know, wherever she's at, I'm always there beside her. And so, yeah, we were supposed to go fishing this morning, but, you know, plans change. Just like, you know, we had a plan of possibly going camping tonight, and we were going to be at we were going to be at a location, and I thought, well, you know, okay, we'll do that. That sounds like a fun plan. And then it comes out that, you know, it's not a big deal. It just bothers me anymore. I'm just done with fake people, and I'm done with hypocrites. You know, people call themselves Christians, but they're really not Christians. You know, they're so easy to rush in and call out other people's faults, but they never call out their own faults. You know, and so I'm just done with them kind of people. I don't associate with them anymore. And unfortunately, you know, if that's family or friends or whatever, that's it. You know, I'm not going to go to, you know, it's just like we had Labor Day just passed, and I didn't plan nothing. I told the wife, I said, "Was the kids say anything or ask if we're doing anything? Tell them that's what we're doing this time." And, you know, I said, "But don't reach out to them. You know, they're adults. You know, you have a choice to make, and if you choose not to be part of our family or do family outings or family cookouts or birthday parties for Carmen, then so be it. I'm not going to sit here and make big plans. First of all, it's a lot of work that goes into doing them things, and so I find that every time I do something or plan something, it always backfires. Meaning that, well, one person showed up. Well, all this work for one person, is it worth it? The answer is no. Especially when you're living with fibromyalgia. Um, it's a lot of planning goes involved, creating events or doing things. And so when no one wants to be part of that, it's not worth it. And so, I don't sit around dwelling anymore. I go with the flow. It's my new mindset. I'm not going to sit here and make plans to do stuff with people. I'm not going to. I'm not going to be part of family events that are surrounded by hypocritical people. Um, I'm just not. It's not worth. It's not worth it. Because the truth is, I know how they feel about myself, my wife, and our lifestyle, and our lifestyle is not really a bad lifestyle. We like going fishing and canning and gardening. I mean, it's not like something that we do really bad. You know, uh, because maybe we have a beer. Well, you're a sinner. Yeah, well, you call your you call out my sins, but you sure can't pluck out your own timber out of your own eye, brother. Yeah, so easy to cast the stones, but for heaven's sakes, don't cast them my way. And I never say anything to anyone like that. It's not my place. I would never do that. And the when I find out people are talking behind my back, damn, okay, you did it once. Well, now twice. Third time is, well, three times. No more, Charlie. I'm done with you. And that's not who I'm talking about. I never mention one's names, but I'm just saying, that's just I'm just telling you, I'm done dealing with people like that. Because, like September 11th, life is very short. We're here a minute, and the next minute we're gone. And one thing that I took away from September 11th is I never say goodbye, and I never leave the house in anger. I never leave the house without saying I love you to my spouse, because we're not guaranteed the next moment out of our life. God knows our destination. He knows our time on earth will be short. And, so that's something I took away from September 11th is how valuable life is. For a very short time. And, the way I look at it is people got to learn that life is short. And unfortunately, people just don't get that. But anyways, I just wanted to tell you all. I just want to stop by and just wish you all a very blessed Saturday. I hope you're having a great weekend. Hey, it's going to be a gorgeous day here in Ohio. If you live in Ohio, get out, enjoy the weather. It's beautiful. It's nice out. It's nice, crisp right now. I think it's around 65 here, so it's nice out. It's not too hot. I don't. It's supposed to be not too hot today. I think it's only going to get 72 today. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to stop by and just talk about September 11th and talk about things that are going on and what our plans are for this weekend. I'm going to be doing a shoulder roast tomorrow, or actually goes on tonight. I'll be cooking all night, and then it'll be all ready to shred up and put on the smoker, and yeah, have some good shredded barbecue sandwiches. Oh, my mouth's right in water now just thinking about it. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna let you all go. Like I said, tune in on Wednesday for midweek uplifting. We're getting back into our normal schedule again, of getting midweek back out. As long as no more flooding happens and any other crazy stuff that could come about. But anyways, again, thank you for visiting our YouTube channel. And around this family, we're just simple people. We're not perfect by no means. We never tried to come off perfect. Um, like I said, I don't want to be a hypocritical person. I'm not gonna. I'm not going to be in that mold anymore. And I used to be that way because I used to be that way and seeing the wrongs of that. You know, so. So that's what I mostly would take away from all this is that just be true to yourself. Be be who you are. All right, and don't worry about what other people think of you. Worry about what God thinks of you. That's the most important thing in life. Is we should be thinking about what God thinks about us. Who cares about our family or friends who don't like us or make statements about us? We don't need to worry about them. God God deals with them people. Just be true to yourself. If that means you go to church, wear a suit, you go to church and wear a suit. If you choose to stay home and worship God, there's nothing wrong with that. Where two or more are gathered, you got to remember uh, during the time of Jesus walked and after the disciples, um, they didn't go to fancy buildings. They didn't put on suits and ties. They wore their robes and they went from house to house. And some will say, well, that was then, now is now. And I said, well, God has never changed. Okay, so God's never changed. I believe that He doesn't really care so much about where you go, what denomination you belong to. What He cares about is what's in your heart. Okay, so that's the most important thing. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. And make sure you hit that bell so you get new content. And again, around this homestead, we say we love you, but Jesus loves you more. God bless each one of you. And have a very blessed weekend. And remember, take a few seconds today. Just a second. If you could take longer, that'd be great. Remember where you were at on September 11th. Now, some of you were not even thought of or not even born yet. But that's okay. Ask your parents what they were doing. Okay? All right. I'm the old Papa Bear. Love you. Talk to you soon.
I don't want my mansions here.